You may think extraterrestrials simply haven't found us yet, but is it possible that they came long ago and then quietly left, or that they are hiding in the darkness watching us, but will never respond? Scientists call this strange stillness the Great Silence. Do you know about the Fermi Paradox? In the summer of 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi, while having lunch at Los Alamos Laboratory, suddenly blurted out, "Where is everybody?" That sentence was like a time bomb, one that has made human civilization shudder ever since. Fermi was not asking casually, he had already done the calculations in his head. The universe is 13.8 billion years old, with a visible diameter of 93 billion light-years, containing 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy holds several hundred billion stars, bringing the total to more than 20 sextillion, even if habitable planets account for only 1 in a trillion. The probability of life arising is as low as dust, and intelligent life is even rarer. According to the Drake equation, there should be thousands of advanced civilizations in our galaxy. They should have already colonized the galaxy, built Dyson spheres, sent out powerful signals, and the universe should be filled with their electronic noise. But we have been listening for 76 years, and there has been nothing but deadly silence, still the same lifeless silence. The SETI program began in 1960. Radio telescopes have tracked the sky 24 hours a day, scanning millions of stars across countless frequencies. The James Webb Space Telescope has confirmed more than 2,000 exoplanets, including thousands of Earth-like planets whose atmospheres contain water vapor, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. In 2025, people were once extremely excited about dimethyl sulfide detected on K289b, an exoplanet. At the time, that compound was known to be produced in large quantities only by marine plankton, sounding like solid evidence of a biosignature, right? But not long after, new analyses appeared. It could have been volcanic eruptions, or caused by strange chemical reactions. There was no confirmed evidence that it was life. In July of the same year, another interstellar comet was discovered, Biad-Lad, flying in from another star system. SETI immediately used the Allen Telescope Array to scan it. In December 2025, the results were announced. There was nothing. Not a single artificial signal was detected, not an alien spacecraft, not a probe, just an ordinary icy rock. At the end of 2025, the Webb telescope also captured an image of a strange pumpkin-shaped planet covered in diamond dust and swirling clouds of debris. Another planet was observed with its atmosphere being stripped away in real time, as if it were being melted alive. How absurd did these discoveries sound? The universe is clearly capable of creating countless bizarre worlds, yet it remains devoid of civilizations that broadcast radio signals. Even stranger is the UAP phenomenon. In 2021, for the first time, U.S. intelligence acknowledged unidentified aerial phenomena. The 2023 congressional hearing caused a public uproar. In 2023, congressional hearing caused a public uproar. In 2025, several more sessions were held. The September hearing restored public confidence. Transparency about UAP and protection for whistleblowers were emphasized, and former military personnel revealed that non-human craft had been recovered. In the videos, objects changed direction faster than light, teleported silently, accelerated instantly to Mach 10, completely defying the laws of physics. The 2026 National Defense Authorization Act even added provisions requiring the Pentagon's Anomaly Resolution Office to submit additional interception records. But in the end, what happened? Officials kept repeating the refrain that more data was needed. Blurry footage remained blurry. Witnesses continued to be suspected of misidentification. What does this mean? It means that advanced civilizations either do not exist at all, or once existed but have already gone extinct, or they have learned how to remain silent, hide completely, and erase every trace of themselves. First, let us talk about the most peaceful hypothesis, the rare Earth hypothesis. We may be the only ones who won the cosmic lottery. Think about how many gates intelligent life must pass through. It requires a stable star lasting billions of years. It requires a planet located precisely within the habitable zone. It requires a strong magnetic field to shield against cosmic radiation. It requires a large moon to stabilize axial tilt and prevent extreme climate swings. It requires a giant planet like Jupiter acting as a bodyguard against asteroids. It requires plate tectonics to recycle carbon. It requires an atmosphere containing oxygen. It must survive multiple mass extinctions to eventually select for intelligent brains. Each step carries an astronomically low probability. Scientists have used supercomputers to simulate it. From a primordial chemical soup to an industrial civilization capable of building radio telescopes, the probability of that entire chain may be as low as 10 to the power of -50. You did not mishear. It is harder than flipping a coin continuously for 10,000 years and getting heads every single time. Compared to randomly guessing the exact order of every card in a deck, it is still tens of millions of times less likely. Some new models in 2025 lowered the probability even further, because the strange planets Webb discovered proved that the universe prefers creating hellish worlds rather than peaceful homes. Seen this way, our existence is the most absurd miracle in the universe. Other civilizations may never have had the chance to be born. Perhaps we are alone, not because others died, but because they were never allowed to live. That sounds comforting. It makes us feel a little more special. There is another explanation called the dark forest hypothesis, written by Lou Shiksin in The Three-Body Problem. But this is not merely science fiction. Many astronomers quietly believe that the universe is not a peaceful fairy tale. It is not a federation of stars waiting for us to join. It is a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter carrying a gun. Resources in the forest are limited. Nothing can travel faster than light. Communication is delayed by light itself. You can never truly know whether the other side has good intentions or bad ones. What is the law of survival? Silence. And hiding. Strike first to survive. Once you reveal high-intensity signals, encase your planet, build Dyson spheres, terraform worlds, migrate across stars, it is no different from lighting a fire in the middle of the forest and shouting, "I am here. Come and attack me." Advanced civilizations may have evolved to the point of absolute silence. They eliminate all electronic traces. They live in underground cities or deep-sea bases. They hide beneath the ice of moons orbiting gas giants. They may even leap into higher dimensions. Humanity is like a foolish child who has just learned to use fire. Jumping and screaming in the forests, we have leaked television signals, radar waves, and phone transmissions for 100 years. Civilizations within 100 light years already know Earth's coordinates. And yet, we still use METI to shout outward. We are here. We are lonely. Come and play with us. While they may be forging weapons, watching us from the darkness and laughing, waiting for us to play ourselves to death. Because destroying a noisy young civilization is far safer than risking dialogue. There is another hypothesis even more chilling. The zoo hypothesis. They not only exist, but their technology surpasses ours by billions of years. They discovered Earth long ago. They enclosed us inside a massive cosmic wildlife reserve. Like humans building barriers for animals, they do not interfere with natural development. They simply place telescopes at a distance and observe. They have established a universal quarantine line. Any civilization attempting to exceed light speed and leave its solar system will be quietly eliminated. Why would they do this? It may be scientific ethics, allowing us to evolve naturally, observing a primitive civilization move from the Stone Age to nuclear weapons. Or perhaps, in their eyes, we are too primitive and too filthy. Contact would mean contamination. A higher civilization. You think you are the protagonist of the universe, but in their eyes, you are merely a monkey in a cage, with some entertainment value, but not worthy of equal dialogue. Even stranger, some scientists have begun to suspect that the entire universe we see is fake. The simulation hypothesis suggests that we are living inside a super program created by a higher dimensional civilization. In 2025, a paper analyzing the cosmic microwave background spectrum reported anomalies. Patterns resembling deliberate source code structures appeared. Quantum uncertainty, pixelation at the Planck scale, the speed of light as a hard limit, a fixed boundary like the engine constraints of a holographic game. If this is true, then extraterrestrial civilizations do not exist. Because we are the only save file, they are not coming to find us. Because a programmer does not enter a game to shake hands with NPCs, we desperately search for them. It may simply be hands typing on a keyboard outside the screen. In January 2026, the commercial space sector began to grow more dynamic. SpaceX Starship is ready to carry humans to Mars. Orbital hotels are under construction. In the coming decades, hundreds of thousands of people may leave Earth and look back at it from the outside. At that moment, we may experience our own overview effect, suddenly realizing how small we truly are. But before that, the Fermi Paradox remains like a splinter that cannot be removed, embedded deep in every mind. Have you ever asked yourself why we long so desperately to find them? Is it fear of loneliness? Or is solitude too terrifying? Or is it something even more frightening? If tomorrow all telescopes simultaneously detect a massive ship approaching, what then? Would we be ready? No. Do not think further. Perhaps they have already decided that we are not ready. Some truths, known too early, would only cause collapse. This vast silence may be the final mercy they grant us, not to destroy us, but to let us see our own smallness clearly, not to drive us mad, but to awaken us from our collective naivety and from our collective fragility. So what should we do now? Continue using METI to shout outward, or immediately go silent? Destroy all old electromagnetic leaks? The scientific community is completely divided. The optimistic side believes we should intensify broadcasting. If they have goodwill, we may make contact. If they have malicious intent, then we cannot avoid it anyway. The conservative side is terrified. They signed petitions demanding a ban on all active transmissions. They even proposed destroying television broadcasts that have been leaking since the last century, because that is no different from leaving smoke signals in the forest. Avi Loeb from Harvard once said something that made many people pause. If we are alone, the responsibility humanity carries is unbearably heavy. And if we are not alone, the danger hidden behind that fact is equally immense.